Howdy folks, today's soap is brought to us from Wet the Face. This one here is called Into the Mystic. Now it does have a small print right through here, some of the scent profile, and some of it is lavender and peppermint and rosemary, orange blossom, jasmine, oak moss, geranium, amber, musk, sandalwood, cedar, but if you can see that right there, it's based on cool water. It's a nice scent. This cool water was one of the first two colognes my wife got me when we first met. The other one was Dakar, and I can't remember which one comes first. Both of them came kind of sort of close together from many years ago, but anyhow, cool water was one of them. So yeah, this one here is kind of special. Excuse me. And got the matching aftershave to go right along with it. Got it whipped up here in a bowl with a Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements solar flare. It's got it whipped up. That's what it looks like there. And to me, it just, especially today, it seems like it smells even better whipped up in the bowl than it does coming straight off the puck. It's kind of strange how that worked out, but it does smell really good. Nice for a Thursday morning. So, blade of the day. This will be the second use on the Personna X series, and I have it here in the, this one here is a Rex Ambassador adjustable. You can kind of, might be able to see it's on setting 6, and we're going to see if I go all 3 passes on setting 6 with this one here. And this is a really nice razor. Has a nice weight to it. The handle feels very much like the Fat Boy, and it feels fantastic in the hand. Take good care of this one here, last you your lifetime going into the next. You might be able to see the blade there. Kind of sort of a two-piece design. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, pre-shave routine, and we'll go ahead and use the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement Ice Cube. But this razor here, I got really lucky in getting this one here, as well as the Envoy. You can find Rex razors on Razor Emporium's website. And a while back, quite some time ago, last year, I think it might have been close to November, maybe in October. Can't remember. It was a while back. I had never been to Rex Supply's website. Always, noticed them, seen them on Razor Emporium's website, but never visited Rex website. So I decided to, look it up, see what all was going on, see how much it looked the same or different. In other words, just to give it a visit. And I had noticed that in the down on the menu, when you're looking down through different things to be, like accessories and blah, 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 that sort of thing, and happened to notice they had a scratch and dent. Thought, I had never seen scratch and dent on these razors before. So I clicked on it to take a look at it, and sure enough, there was a scratch and dent available for the Ambassador as well as the Envoy. And so I think the Ambassador full price, regular price, I guess you might say, $250, and Envoy I think was $125. And you could get those at scratch and dent half the price. So I jumped on them. I was like, you can't beat this deal. This is fantastic. This is the only way I'm going to get this Ambassador is on the scratch and dent. And so I hurried up and ordered them, because, it didn't even take a moment to see how many was, in other words, available. I didn't want the availability to run out. Dog's barking at somebody. It might pick it up, it may not. But anyway, so I got really lucky when I ordered them, and that they were still available. Had, in other words, plenty of soda quantity for me. I ordered one each. And if I was to pick at this, what's the scratch and dent on this one, I'd have to look at it, and the only thing I could see that maybe there would be a standout, everything looks just the way it should. It's all got Rex on the bottom. It's got the serial number. It's got everything. It looks just fine with the exception of maybe Just maybe, I don't know if that dot is supposed to be quite like it is. Outside of that, I can tell you. It looks fantastic to me. Got lucky. You know how it is with scratch and dent. Sometimes, one will be different than the other scratch and dent. So they know what was wrong with it. I couldn't tell. It looks great to me. For me, at $250, I was just having a hard time pulling the trigger on it for 250 bucks. And because of, I guess you might say, I like Fat Boys. Gillette Fat Boys look really good. I like them. As it goes for adjustables, I'm not the biggest fan. In other words, they're not my most favorite of razors. But at the right price, I'll pick one up. And this one here, being at such a low price, I couldn't pass it up. I really couldn't. Thought this is the only way I'll probably ever buy it, so I went ahead and got it. And it's a fantastic razor. Do I think it's worth 250 bucks? If you're trying to make this your daily driver for the rest of your life, I would spend the 250 bucks. I would. I've got hordes. I've got hordes of razors. So for me, that's not quite the thing. My one and only, but it is a pretty nice razor. Like I say, for the rest of your life, one and only razor, it's a nice razor. The knurling on the handle feels really good. For me, I can't complain about it. The only thing, because of my, I'm getting older, is that red dot sure could be bigger. It's a little on the small side, but it's just a small thing to pick at, if you will. And at the price I got, I was more happy to pay it. So it is something to think about. If you haven't found one of those razors on the scratch and dent, keep looking. And if you haven't started looking, start looking. If you're interested in getting one, you're like me, you're just waiting for the right price, and then boom, finally the right price. We're going to go across the grain, setting 6. We're going to see how that works out with this blade. I know on the width of grain, the blade is there. Cannot complain about not feeling enough aggression on the 6, which is, since that's more or less the highest setting, I kind of feel like that's what you're kind of after. In other words, the very top setting should be the most aggressive that you would want it to be. In that way that you've got everything down below to fit your needs. And now, to me, I think that's a pretty good idea. At least for me, that's the way it's working out. Now you could switch up, use a different blade, and it'll give you a different feel, even though it's on the same setting. Now, would I use setting 6 every day? No. The setting 6 is pretty aggressive. There's quite a bit of blade feel, and down on my neck, I don't think it could handle it every day. I'd probably have to, use the adjustable part to fit my needs. This soap is pretty nice. The scent is still very much present. Even though I'm working and, around, moving it around and whatnot, I can still smell it, which is pretty good for my nose. Don't see this particular soap on very many Shave of the Day postings. It probably has a lot to do with what your opinion is of cool water. I don't find cool water being a strong scent, but it's in the middle. In other words, it's not a real light scent, it's not a real strong scent. It's just perfect. And I think, from time to time, I know my wife appreciates that kind of aftershave and cologne. There's times that she likes it. She, for instance, she's not the biggest fan of Old Spice. She calls it the old man, the old man aftershave. But she doesn't mind it every once in a while. But just like anything else, sometimes once it hits the skin, how it interacts with you on your skin could be a little bit different than what it is just straight out of the container. Thought that was pretty cool though back in the day. Thinking the best of my memory, yeah, I think she was trying to tell me something. Getting me the 2 colognes. I did get some shaving cream up in there, didn't I? She was, not that she's not now, but she's got a very good nose. In other words, you could walk up and she could tell you what you're wearing. She could smell it and tell you which one, what you're wearing, and so on and so forth. She could do that. For me, nope. I can smell it, but that's about it. Can't tell you what you got on. Nope. I have no idea. Yeah, my nose is not made like that. Hers, on the other hand, oh yeah, she'd pick it out without a problem. I don't know how people, for me, that's just something that, I don't know how people do it. My nose has never been like that. Alum block, Phoenix Artists and Accoutrements. This one here is the Crown King version. A little bit of stinging right there. Like I say, all 3 passes every day on setting 6. Not with this blade. Now, there might be another blade out there that'll work better, but this one here is pretty aggressive. I mean, talk about very efficient. It took it down without a problem. Not the smoothest, in other words, on setting 6. Probably use 4 and 3. Those would be better for me. As it goes for daily drivers using this particular razor. Gillette, with those settings they have on a Gillette, that kind of setup, might work better for some folks. Witch hazel, Humphreys. I did notice at least the Walmart that I happen to go into from time to time, they do have the new Humphrey bottles, which I think is only 3. 3 available. I don't see a whole lot of Thayers. I'm trying to remember the last time I remember seeing, don't really remember Thayers in Walmart, but I do see it in Target. And from time to time, Target will have a good selection, and sometimes they walk in and it's almost like Walmart. It may be very little on the shelf. It's, hit and miss. All right, into the Mystic. This is a pretty nice scent. Like I say, it's not. I don't consider it light. I don't consider it heavy or strong. It's just right there in between on a medium strength. At least per my nose. Definitely a fun shave. This here, it's this razor. It is it's got some weight behind it. Check it out. It's worth looking into it. Like I say, myself, if you can find it on a scratch and dent, that would be the way to go. Very patient. Look, this razor's been out a good long moment, and took quite a while before I finally pulled the trigger on one. But it's a nice razor. It really is. Had a great time this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.